a vision. Vision. It reminds me of a woman called Helen Keller. In your time, go and read. This woman did a lot in education. Even up to now, she's dead, but there is a Helen Keller Foundation that still runs, educating millions of young people across the world. Now, Helen Keller was blind and actually deaf. But she created this foundation that she runs today, and she was a teacher. How she would hear you speaking is that she gets her hand and puts it on your jaw. When she feels the vibration in your jaw as you are speaking, she decodes what you are saying. Now, one man says, there's always a person ready to ask a wrong question. So this man comes to her and says, Madam Helen Keller, what is worse than being blind? She says, what is worse than being blind is having sight with no vision. And many of us have sight but no vision. We can clearly see, but we see with our eyes. Sight is with the eyes. Vision is with the mind or the heart. And I'm challenging you today that beyond the physical side of seeing red, blue, can you have a vision that sees how tomorrow could be better than today? The tomorrow of your wife. The tomorrow of your family. What vision do you have for your children? What vision do you have for your community? So Helen Keller talks of vision. Newton Wright is the father to the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur. Now, those of you that love to read, you know that these are the brothers that have given us the aviation industry. They are the guys that made the first aeroplane. Now, their father, Newton Wright, one time visited a college professor of chemistry and physics. And when they were having a chat, the father was actually a clergy. So when they're having a chat, the father gave a statement. And he says, I think everything that needs to be discovered on this world has been discovered. And I think everything that needs to be invented has already been invented. There's no more things to discover or invent. The professor disagreed with him and he went home. When he reached home, just a few years after, his children were able to create an aeroplane, which again, in a conversation, because the professor told him that I foresee human beings in a few years from now flying. The man argued and he said, it's only angels that were made to fly. 2 years down the line, his own children proved him wrong. What happened? They were staying in the same place, having a different horizon. Here's the thing. What you see, what you are able to see is what you are able to achieve. You cannot achieve what you can't see. And that is why sometimes you are hanging around people who are on too low a platform for you to be able to see further. And that is why once in a while you should uproot yourself from a circle, join a different circle, because not everyone is standing on the same platform. It actually reminds me of the words of Jonas Salk. This is the man who created the polio vaccine that has saved many people. This guy says, you see, when you have a great idea and you begin to make it, people will tell you that this can't happen. And as you continue committedly, they'll come and say, yeah, actually this can happen. However, it is not very important. When you finally attain it, they'll say, no, this actually can happen. And you know, when you are doing it, we knew that you're going to make it. It is you to go through the phases. And that is by what you can see. A common person says, I'll not believe it until I see it. Leaders say, I believe it and I will see it. Nothing comes tangible until you can see it. And this is why Walter Disney, the man who put Disney World, running the Cartoon Network now, that man did not live to physically see his dream. So he died. When they were opening Disneyland, the wife was present. And one journalist came, empathizing with her and said, how I wish Walter Disney had lived to see this day. The wife quickly stood and said, he saw it. You have missed that one. The wife says he saw it. What is she saying? He has not lived to be here to see it physically. We have it physically here because he mentally saw it. Though physically has not been here, he had already. That's why Martin Luther says, I've been to the mountaintop and I have seen the land. So brothers and sisters, decide to have a vision for your family. Will it look real today? To men it does not. But if it looks real to you, maintain it. And continue dreaming.